everyone. How are we today? No, not really. How we doing, gents? How's everything going, man?
Yeah, I'll start. I'm good. Good. Long day at work. Just got in, walked the dogs, and ready to talk about Twente.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I had a big potato for lunch, so I'm feeling very, very sleepy at the moment. It's like I'm carb loading or something. But I'm good.
It must have been a big potato, boy. But look, we'll say hi, Stephanie. I hope you're doing well. I am Titanium. An opposition report would be nice. Yeah, it would be. If you want that, you're on. If you want that, you're on the wrong channel, mate. Matty, I hope you're doing well. DK Wilson, where's he from?
Connecticut.
There you go. See, nice and quick. Love that. Love that. Love the drums. Drums. Oh, yes. Of course, Ross. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Subvids. Look at that. Right on cue. Boom, boom. Love the drums and subvids. Just saying howdy there. Andrew, I hope you're doing well, man. Here with my narratives. Here we go. Chat sport. I hope you do well, my friend. Good evening to the three mice, man. Oh, thank you very much. Right, gents. We've got 20 tomorrow. Champions League night. What? I was trying to work out. Yeah, don't be confused. I think it's apparently because it clashes with the EFL Cup. I think from the next round it should be back. We'll be back on Thursdays. Stop throwing us off a bit, but obviously, Ten Hag's had his press conference today. We know that they're talking about Luke Shaw. I don't even know why we even talk about Luke Shaw. But Malassia's back on grass. He was training with the team, so maybe his rehabilitation will be a lot quicker. What are you feeling about this game, Bath Time? Have you got any fears going into it? Same with you on Monday. Guys in the chat, any fears going into this game?
Not really, to be honest. I think that we've been playing all right since we came back after the international break. I think I think we've got a team that's sort of experienced enough in European football for this. I'm hoping there's a bit of needle in the game because half of our team and backroom staff are all from Holland. Like Ten Hag played for Twente, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So I imagine like Ten Hag will want to beat them. Rude will want to beat everyone. Experienced team. I think the only thing that can really go wrong for us is maybe an injury or maybe team selection. Something going wrong there. But like, look, we should be beating anyone from the Dutch league because we've spent about 3 billion on that league, so it can't have any good players left. And it's Old Trafford at home. Like, I'd be shocked if I'm not saying walk in the park, but I would think 3-0 would just be a standard performance tomorrow.
Monday? I mean, Yaba.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Bath Time. I think we are expected to win, and it's a case of like the unknown. I'd be very surprised if they can really hurt us tomorrow. Even though I haven't scouted them, I don't know much about them. They're fourth in the table. They've lost one game, won 3, drawn 1, I think, something like that, and lost 1. Big teams in Dutch football has always traditionally been Ajax, Feyenoord, and PSV. It's only, I think, didn't Steve McLaren take Twente to a title when he went over there, when he soon left Fergie and for pastures new. So, yeah, it's been a long time since they've won a title, but it's the traditional big three in the Dutch football. Dutch teams, obviously, they play good football, they play possession football, but I don't think they're physical enough, and they usually get overrun by more elite leagued teams, and that's us in a nutshell. So I'm looking forward to it. I just think it's a good opportunity, Mr. B, to play some players that are fringe players, and so we can have a look at them and get excited about what they can do. And yeah, when you look at the fixtures, the manager must say, like, he rested. I know in the press conference he talked about resting Rashford and the reason why. He didn't really go into the reason why, but he thinks there's a logic behind it. And I think there's also, you would be telling players like the fringe players, like Collier, for example, get ready for the 20 game. I want to see you play. And so these guys will be up for it, playing at home, European football. It's great experience, and it's a great run. I mean, it's a great adventure so far. Let's see what the players have got, what they turn out an hour before the game. We know the start 11, and then we can get excited about who we can watch. And I think it's an occasion to sort of really develop on our play. Like Bath Time was saying, we've been playing pretty well lately. Let's develop on it. Let's turn it up the gas and get some young, hungry players in there to sort of demonstrate what we're all about at Man United at the moment.
Do you think that that's kind of like, in terms of people like Collier? Like, I watched Phil Jones do an interview last night. Delighted to see him really stick it to Ragnick. I enjoyed that bit a lot. But he also said that, like, when he was injured, Fergie would come to him and say, look, you know, I need you back in 3 weeks to play right back against Wigan. And Phil Jones said that that like the general feeling is that Fergie knew his team a month in advance for games. Yeah. Do you think that, like, surely United, with sort of like resting Kobe and Bruno last week on the whatever it was, the Carabao Cup, do you think that, like, they've kind of known the team for a while, or it's just going to be just like, or it's just going to, do you know what I mean? Like, have they planned for this?
Yeah, I most certainly do. I'm sure you do as well, Mr. B. I think players would be told. It's about how you get your confidence up. You're going to get sharp. You know, last week when we were playing Crystal Palace, certain players are going, travelling with them, knowing they're not really going to get a game. They'll be having their breakfast and everything else, and people, the first team will be doing their drills together. They'll be doing it behind at half-time. They come on the pitch and do their run around, knowing you're not really going to get a game. There's nothing to get up for. But when I think you motivate players like Fergie did by telling them pre-game or weeks before that game, target that game, get yourself ready, get your mind right. Maybe you can do some homework on the players, on the defenders, or the players you'll be up against.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's good. That's wise management to do that early. Don't you think, Mr. B? Sort of pre-prepare.
I mean, do you think because they've got a squad that's big enough now? I mean, it would be nice for them to have maybe pre-picked a team, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to say Ten Hag's that wise, because obviously we're talking about it, so it could be something that could be done. But I'm not sure he knew who would have been fit and who wouldn't have been fit. So what you're saying, that this would be more of a game to get players' fitness up, or would you rather have a game where they played all of the fringe players? I mean, personally, I would like him to mix it up, get the players who need games in their legs, get the games in their legs. But he's also got to think about, this is a game, not saying will you take it easy, but the priority is the league game on Saturday or Sunday, whenever we're playing. Sunday. To me, that's the priority game. I know you shouldn't really, you take. He's going to say, you take every game as it comes, but surely the priority is, this isn't, especially playing Twente, this isn't the priority game.
So what can you sort of read into that from the subs from Palace then? Because the subs we made, Rashford, Rasmus, HOJLUND basically, and Ugarte, Anthony, Collier, nowhere to be seen. I would have thought that these are games that you would want to play those two in, but the 10 minutes was given to Rasmus, and who was hooked? Ahmad was hooked, wasn't he, at like 70th minute?
Yeah.
So, what's that telling you? Like,
can't read into that.
You don't think that was a game time one, no?
I don't, because I think that there was a plan for that game, and Bruno and Kobe, I think, were always going to play 90 minutes unless they were injured, because they didn't play against Barnsley. But the Rasmus one, the Rasmus coming on and Anthony not coming on, I felt told us something about the game that we're playing tomorrow. Rasmus we put on the pitch either because Xerxes can't finish the game, like medical staff said he's still not ready, or they wanted to get minutes in Rasmus's legs.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get minutes in Rasmus. We haven't seen him. We knew he was going to come back after the international break. We didn't see him in the first game after the break. Then we seen a cameo the other day. I think you need to get him back in to running. So regardless of what the Twente game, I think he was always going to make an appearance because we've been waiting for him to come back. It's been a long time now. As for Anthony, I think he's somebody this is an opportunity for him. Games like this, Collier, Anthony, we're looking at players like that who should be looking at this game and be saying, yeah, this is our time to shine. Because really and truly, I hope this fan base don't put too much pressure on us to say this is a must-win game.
It is a must-win game.
It is a must. Come on, Jabba. No, let's not be silly. We're at home, and we're playing in the Europa League, the first game of the round. Of course, there's pressure. Of course, we need to be winning the game. Come on now.
Well, yeah, it's more pride winning the game. We don't need to win it for the points.
What we want to see is development. It's the whole point. If the fans are like, we must win, we don't care, then you're going to see the same old thing where we play in our first team in every single game. We got to understand that this is an opportunity to play other players, fringe players, and get them all ticking over. So when you drag them, when you need them to come on with like 10 minutes to go, they're ready to go. They're fit and strong and motivated. You got to keep a whole squad of 20 FC 20 players plus motivated. And by doing that, you get them to play 90 minutes like the keeper did the other day. We were talking about he never gets a game. He got a game the other day. Maybe he's going to start again against Twente.
He has to.
You see what I'm saying? It's about keeping everyone on their toes and keeping everyone motivated. So the keeper knows, Collier knows, Anthony knows, all these guys, you got an opportunity to shine against Twente or the following week in the Europa League or the following game in the League Cup, depending on who we're playing. This is why I'm saying take the pressure off the result. The fans got to understand we're trying to get these players ticking over and developing as well on top of that. So I don't want to see pressure, boo, boo, about just because it's 0-0 at half time or is struggling to get a 1-0 against Twente. As long as we see some progression and development of players that need to get run-outs to get fit again, like Mason Mount and HOJLUND, or players that need to sort of get ticking over and get some first-team football.
Yeah, I get your point, Yabba. But at the same time, part of developing is putting these teams away. Like if we're sticking out the under-21s against Barnsley, for example, then I would have some sympathy because they don't have, they're not that experienced as a collective. But we've got like people that have won World Cups and have played in like semi-finals and finals of the Champions League. Like regardless of I understand your point, which is that performance at the moment is probably more important than results because it'll build to better results in the future. But these players have got to be able to go out and beat these teams just as a minimum like standard of being at Manchester United. Otherwise, what are they doing here?
Like I said, I'll go back to I didn't say the players. I said the fans. I said the fans have to understand that we don't necessarily pay your money to go and watch a game thinking about early in the season how we need to develop. We play different, when it's like March, April, we're going to be well gelled and oiled and known how we're playing and be more convincing. But at the moment, while we're developing, I think the fans paying their good money to go and watch a game who want to see us rip this team apart like we did with Barnsley last week should lower their expectations about the result and say, let's support this young man who's playing, and if he gives the ball away, don't get on his back or that sort of thing. Let's encourage these players to understand that we need to support them and get them up, get them developing, rather than saying there's too much pressure on you from the fans to win. Behind the scenes, yes, the manager should go out there and say you got to go and deliver, but the fans should understand what we're trying to achieve here long term.
It's such a sort of confused logic of sort of saying that the manager's allowed to do something, but the fans aren't. Whereas the way that I see it, Yabba, is, as you quite rightly pointed out, these people are paying money to go into Old Trafford. They're giving up their time and their money, and I find it very difficult to tell people how they should act when they're doing that. But also, I think it's important for the players and part of the development of the team that they are in these kind of situations where the crowd wants them to win and they've got to find a solution. Because how many times did we score before half time or at 90 minutes when we were winning leagues? It's something that you need to be able to do. They need to go out and manage the game, but also the crowd. Like, and to be honest, I'd like them to also be able to do that away from home. Like, we've got such a terrible record. I can't wait for what you're going to tell me about Fenerbahce when we play them, because I really that we need a team out there that can deal with that with an aggressive away crowd. Yeah. And I think it's a different type of pressure when we're playing at home. And I fully expect World Cup winners like Martinez and players who were captaining their side in European champion semi-finals like De Ligt, I fully expect them to be able to deal with a couple of people annoyed at half-time that we haven't scored a goal. I don't think that the fans need to change that expectation for me.
Nodding in approval.
Well, look, yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I mean, we're having a good conversation here about it. I just think that, yeah, there's a comment there about the Europa League is harder than we actually think. And I just think as a fan, if I'm going to the game, like I'm pleading with the fan base, if you go to the game, you want to walk away saying, oh, that young player, Collier, come on, he's really excited. He's walking back to get on the tram or whatever, going to the pub after the game or driving home. You'll be saying, oh, did you see? Oh, I can't wait to see him develop. Yeah, that was a good performance from him. And winning 1-0, rather than focus, oh, it's only 1-0. We should be battering this team. We should be talking. The conversation should be, oh, do you see? They're starting to get it now. They're starting to understand how we're trying to play here. I can see now the identity we've got here. And it was great to see these youngsters coming in. These are the conversations that we should be having in line with supporting the team. But
do you think it's different, Yabba, with the league crowd and the cup crowd? Because it's very, very clear that cup games at Old Trafford are a completely different set of fans. And I will bet my legs tomorrow someone will get the ball somewhere outside the box and you'll hear loads of people shout and shoot. Like they always do it in the cup. Like it's easy to get tickets for the cup, so it's different to the home crowd. I mean, in my opinion, you should always be allowed to boo players, politicians, millionaires. That should be your right. But what I want is I hate substitutions being booed. That's always the one for me. Like I think Rasmus got taken off last year in a league game, and the substitution was booed, and maybe it was Martial that came on. I don't like that kind of stuff, but I think that people are within their rights to give Bruno a bit of grief. But tomorrow, I don't think it will happen because it's not the league game crowd. It's essentially like day trippers and stuff.
The excited ones, yeah.
Yeah, the ones who aren't like sullied and cynical and things like that. It's the difference between someone going to Alton Towers for the first time and someone that works at Alton Towers. That's the level of excitement difference.
Jesus Christ, Martha. Pretty good analogy, to be fair. Obviously, he had his presser. Let me just get these up here. Ten Hag. On facing 20, I would have preferred to have played somebody else. It's not nice hurting someone you love. So obviously he's going in there to batter them. Of all the teams, 20 is the team I follow the most. I watch them as a fan, as a supporter, not as an analyst. It's a different way of watching their games. Any comments?
Do you know what? I just don't take anything he says seriously anymore. Like it's like David Bren or something. Like, I mean, he's extraordinary. He appears to just have completely taken the filter out of his head about what he should and shouldn't say. Like last week, we all heard about, Rashford's going to be rested against Palace, and then Ten Hag starts talking about his professionalism and things like that.
No, but it wasn't Rashford. But it wasn't Rashford's professionalism he was talking about, though, Bath time.
It was. He was specifically referring to Rashford. And it was the reports that came out is that no one really got annoyed about it, but the entire squad was just completely confused about why he was saying these things the day before a game. And it's exactly the same thing. You just say, I've got great respect for Twente, a formative part of my life, but I am going out there to hurt them. And I'm sorry.
Well, he has said, he has kind of said that, it's not nice to hurt something you love. So technically, he is going out there to give him some licks tomorrow. Obviously, he then drifted onto the Europa format. There's too many games, too many competitions. It's clear the players are overloaded. This is not good for football. Maybe it's good for obviously commercial. On United's Europa League ambitions, there are more roads to achieve the targets you want. So I think he's probably saying Champions. That sounds like Champions League qualification to me.
Yeah.
Most difficult probably that it is at the end of a knockout stage, but we don't look too far ahead. We have to go game by game. It's a target and a road we want to go. So obviously I think he's been told that in no uncertain terms that we need Champions League qualification. Maybe they will take 6 in Champions League, they will take 6 in the Europa League, meaning that there is in there. Obviously if we have only scored 36 goals for the season, maybe they won't. But look, we'll have to wait and see. Finally, Ten Hag on Luke Shaw's return. I can't say for certain when Luke Shaw will be back. The plan is to be back before the October international break, but I can't be 100% sure. It could be shortly after the break. Look, nobody knows, do they? And Ten Hag on Redknapp's criticism of Rashford. I don't understand the criticism. This is what you're talking about, Martin. People are not entitled to bring speculation. If I give an explanation, they must trust my words. That is not right. Now, with that, I will say that we already know that he talks a load of fart when he's ready, and all managers lie. Obviously, the best one being Ollie, as far as I'm concerned. But is he right to get his back up? Is he wronged that he just seems, I don't know, man. They talk about these players on social media, but he seems to hear everything that's said about him. He seems to hear.
Yeah, I mean, just mad.
He does get defensive about things because he's under pressure. If you have to face the music between every game, you don't want to be talking to these guys. It's like you don't mind talking behind the scenes with all your family. You don't want to air your stuff, it's like going on Facebook every day and airing your conversations you have with your family indoors. No one wants that out there, or no one wants to be questioned about what you do behind closed doors and everything. But these managers have to suddenly come out there and reveal everything to the whole world, or be questioned about what goes on behind the scenes, or you have some snidey guy telling you what they think they know about what's going on. And in the end, after years and years of that, you're going to get irritated by it. And you've got to respond by saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not behind the scenes of us. And basically, up yours.
Well, I mean, I think that's part of the job, like, at the moment. And it's like, for example, Ange Postecoglou at Spurs. I think he's so rated because of how he deals with the media and because he's charismatic. Heath is not like charismatic, but he's still quite funny because what he said there is, you cannot question what I tell you. It is a disgrace. It's wrong. And I find that like an interesting insight into his character, that he is just right. And it's ridiculous if you question him. Whereas what you do is you say, look, Jamie Redknapp is paid to give opinions on the television. I'm not paid to give an opinion, because if I did give an opinion, I'd say that he has no knowledge of what it takes to manage a football team. So I don't think we should really be paying attention to him.
If he said that, I'm not sure his brain works like that half time. Even if he spoke in Dutch and he didn't have to try and translate it in his brain, I'm not sure he's that type of guy. That's an Ange Postecoglou type of answer.
No, that's a Jose answer.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's got that. And look, maybe that'll come with a little bit more confidence and a little less pressure on his head. But yeah, I'm not sure, man. He does waffle a bit, but.
Well, do you not find it funny that he sort of says that what I say is the truth, and one of his big things Well, one of his big things last year was he banned journalists from his press conference because he didn't like the story that they wrote.
Yeah, good.
He's
Glad.
so funny.
Good, glad.
Yeah.
Show his power. You know what I mean? Wield it. Oh, God bless him, man.
Well, he did say he wasn't Harry Potter.
There you go. See, you know. Solo's team has has arrived.
It's been
Yeah, it will be, guys. I've got a couple of 11s in here. Let's have a look. I've got Andrew Williams is saying he wants Collier, Anthony, and Rasmus to be starting. He's actually gone for the whole team. So he's gone Bayinda, Maguire, Lindelof, Evans, Collier, Mount, Casemiro, Anthony should all be getting starts in this competition, not this game.
Yeah, right. Lindelof and Mount are too far away, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready. Simon Warner, Bayinda, Dillit, Mazraoui, Martinez, and Evans, Casemiro, Mainu, Garte, Xerxes, Garnacho, and Rashford, HOJLUND on the bench. Wow,
don't give that midfield an acronym. Casemiro, Ugarte, Mainu.
Sorry, yeah. I never said it that way, though.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. The Cub squad. Yeah, look, listen. If they do,
it's like the bomb squad.
Yeah, listen. If that works, that we'll have that in the corner of our thumbnail. Got ourselves in trouble. Yeah, we know, Andrew. We know, Andrew. Return of the curtains. Yes, they are back. They are back.
They're back.
They're back. Right. So, Solo's team.
Not bad.
Too strong?
Nah, I think it's not bad actually. You got the left back. That's great to see. You got Anthony, and then you can drop at halftime. You can bring Collier in. I don't know. It's about who's fit, isn't it? Mount's not available.
Everybody's fit. No, Mount's not available. Well,
right.
He's training, but as Bath Time said, him and Lindelof is way too soon.
Well, I think the left back for starters is a good choice. Harry Maguire is a good choice, and we're a bit struggling, aren't we? Because if you're saying Shaw's not out until the October internationals, we keep playing Dalot and Maz time and time again. So we need to find a way to sort of ease their burden and maybe drop Maz if we're winning the game and bring Dalot on to sort of not burn them out in that respect. So I think it's good that we bring in the left back, but he has to play in a strong defence because you can't make it too weak.
What are you feeling, Bath Time?
I would like Bruno to have a rest, to be honest.
Do you think he would? Because the thing is, the option maybe he would have been playing Eriksen, but Eriksen's played.
Yeah, Eriksen.
What's he played? He 100% needs a rest. So I think Bruno's more likely to start than not start.
I mean, I contradict myself here because I said last night I didn't want to see Xerxes in the 10, but what I do feel is that we need to get minutes into Xerxes' legs because what did he go off at 65, 70 last week? Yeah, like we need him to be lasting a bit longer. So I wouldn't mind Xerxes to get.
But you're saying lasting longer. I more see it as getting minutes in Rasmus's legs more than Xerxes needing a minute, don't you? Because where else is he going to play? He's not going to throw him in cold. You know what Ten Hag's like. He's not going to throw HOJLUND in cold. Just start him in a game. That's where I think he was doing. That's where I think the sub, especially that one in particular, was made. Give him 15, give him 20 minutes at the end of the game. Maybe give him another. I mean, Xerxes could be starting again, but I think Xerxes is more important for the Tottenham game.
Yeah, I agree. And we've got an extra day, I think. If we're playing on Sunday, we've got an extra day. And this will be one of the only Europa League games where we can go full strength and have a full strength team fit and ready for the weekend. Because we've got that extra day and we're at home for this one. I think that with the Rasmus thing, I'm fairly sure that like Bruno's substitution against Brighton, for example, was mandated by the medical staff, and I think the same for Xerxes. That they said like with his workload and the training he's done with disrupted preseason, you can only get 75 minutes out of him because Rasmus has never really been a prolific goal scorer, and it completely changed our team. With that, yeah, I think Maguire and Casemiro are players that are good to bring into this game. Ugarte definitely needs minutes. Rashford was a sub last game. It was said rotation, so I'd be stunned if he didn't start. Anthony, yeah, I mean, I think that's very likely to be the team, with one exception, which is I think Bayinda is going to play, and I hope he does, because I think it's interesting that Onana has finally started playing like a goalkeeper after being taken out for a game.
Yeah, like playing once a week.
Yeah, he was brilliant like before it, and I'm pleased to see that Snowy is there as well. Let's get Delict. Like
he looks nothing like Snow.
He looks exactly like Snow.
Well, I don't see
Informer.
All right, well, let's. I think Solo's done himself some credit here with the team. I think it's fair, and we're very informed.
Are we ruling out Amas completely?
No, I'm saying Amas should be starting.
No, Amas didn't. Amas play in the under-21. Did he play didn't he play yesterday? Day before yesterday? I'm sure he played yesterday.
If he did, then he's out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he played yesterday. Look, it makes a change. Bar Bayinda, it seems to have been, well, maybe in Xerxes, to be fair. It doesn't seem to have been too bad a choice. Question though, do you think if Mount was available, he would have played in the Bruno role?
More than likely. He was starting every game, wasn't he? Started the first two games for Xerxes, and it shows that they're trying to get him back on track and get him into this team. And for paying that 50 million for England international, who's really sort of, his stock's gone down massively since he's joined Man United due to injuries and not consistency of getting games. So I'm sure the manager had a mission, like the Mount mission on this season, to get Mount back in favour in the first team. And so I think there's still hope for him. They're desperate to get him back in the side and make him a first team player.
Well, Tyrone disagrees.
Yeah, Tyrone, man. Do you think if he was fit, Yabba, that he wouldn't be in contention for Bruno's place, he'd be in contention for Rasmus's place?
Quite possibly. Yeah, he did start, didn't he? Start as a sort of the furthest guy forward.
Yeah, but that was shit. I'm not being funny.
In the win against Fulham.
Yeah, that was some shit business, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't understand how you have a striker and you don't play him. I'm not having two attacking midfielders and two wingers playing. That's some. Yeah, sorry, I won't. Yeah, I'm not feeling that at all. Do it with a striker playing. If he has to play the same, but no chance.
What did we do in pre-season? Like, what was it?
Sancho was playing.
Was he like who was up front during pre-season? Like, was it Rashford and Mount, basically? Rashford, Mount, Ahmad.
Didn't the youngster score the goal? Didn't he at Hampden Park?
Yeah, but that was the reserve team.
Murrayfield. Yeah, so he played up front. The youngster who we liked, not Wheatley, the other guy. I can't recall, to be honest. It's so many games.
I remember liking Mac. Do you remember like Maxi Odeday?
Yeah,
he's gone now.
He's gone.
He's been sold, I think.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's sold.
Yeah, we got rid of him.
I thought it was on loan.
No, he's gone.
They sold him.
Wow. So who in our first choice 11, not the sub, not the reserves and the under-21s against Rosenberg, who was up front for us? Because Rasmus wouldn't have been. Xerxes wasn't at the club. Martial wasn't.
Would it have been Wheatley?
I can't remember seeing much of Wheatley in pre-season. I remember a guy called Ennis.
I can't recall. Maybe someone in the comments can help us out there. But
I thought it was Sancho, but it might not have been.
Okay. All right. Well done, Solo. He's in the chat. Big up, Solo. But we're really impressed with your Solo 11.
Is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah. He's gone to leg
Only one mistake.
Not bad. Not bad.
But I think Amas should be playing.
But what about Anana? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I agree. What do you guys think of the new Turkish keeper? Have you seen enough of him to make a judgment yet? Has anyone?
And that's the issue. Has anybody seen enough of him to make a judgment? I don't think it's fair.
Games.
Yeah, I think he should play.
You've got Pagnell and Brent and Barnsley. Are those the two games that he's played under Erik ten Hag?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I can't make a judgment on that.
Play him. I would play him. I would play him. I would have played him. I'll play him tomorrow. Not a clear definition of between, but you know, as Yaba said, players need to be ticking over. They need to be ready to go. You know, you keep them on the back burner, keep them in a cupboard, then expect them to perform. You know, if you know, they need to be in hope. I said, look, squad wise, hopefully he's learning or somebody is in his ear. Guys, score predictions for tomorrow, please. Everybody's expecting it to be an easy one. Everybody's expecting a full rotation. There you go. Stuart Marshall is pointing out Ethan Wheatley. I think it might have been Wheatley who had played it because that name seems to have been random put in the chat. So yeah. So Andrew Williams has gone 3-0.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? You know,
yeah, like, Rashford hat trick.
He would lose his mind. Simon Warner has gone 3-0 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrone's gone 3-1. Stephanie has gone 2-0 United. Bart has gone 2 United. Get somebody carded 1 goal for a set play. Bloody hell. Chat Sports gone 1-1, but I get that one. I know what you're doing, mate. I know what you're doing. Guys, if there's any more coming in, then I'll put them up. But mine, I am expecting whatever team we put out. I'm expecting just the criticism from the last game where we played well, and for some unknown reason, people are losing their mind because he seemed to have made the wrong subs. As I said, people do need game time. You know, all right, maybe Xerxes can't play the 75 minutes. Maybe he should. Hopefully, he'll learn from that, and he's going to go with a little something a little bit more positive and aggressive. So I'm expecting. I'm not going to go 4. I think 3 is probably more practical, but I would love a 4. I really would love a 4 just for people to understand that what he's been doing is working. You know what I mean? I just think we're unlucky against Palace. I don't think it was anything to do with the performance. Everybody said up until the subs, it was a really good performance. So, you know, he got the first team right. They did what they did. They just didn't finish their dinner. Yeah. So
neither did Palace though.
Like, at the end, but the game should have been after. The game should have been done by then, and that's what I mean. They gave them that opportunity to be in the game. If they'd scored 3 goals, the three goals gone up, which we deserved to go up at half time, Palace wouldn't have had those chances. It might have been 4, it might have been 5. You know, so I think the finishing part of it, we created the chances, finish the early one. You know, if you get an early one, finish it. That you know what. No, the Old Trafford crowd's going to be like. The players are going to be playing with their chest out. You know, you get an early one, you make it 2 or 3. That's when he can proper rotate. All right, this person's coming off, that person's coming off. You could do with 20 minutes in your legs, blah blah blah. So I want 4-0, but I think it's going to be 3.
I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. I think.
Oh Lord!
Just strictly because we don't know what they're like. I think they could be up for it. I don't know any of their players. Obviously, you said we've given the Dutch league a lot of money recently. Maybe they're developing their players better. But yeah, I think it's going to be a 1-0 win. We get the result, get the performance going, and thinking about Saturday as well. So let's get the 3 points, 1-0 clean sheet.
I sort of agree with Yaba here, where like we know what Twente, I'm assuming, are going to come to defend and make it difficult for us and not be that concerned about scoring goals against us. Like they'll want to get out of Old Trafford with a point, something like that. So I think 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, something like that. I know I said earlier 3-0, but we don't score enough goals to get a 3-0. And I think that this will be Twente's biggest game of the season. They'll have been preparing from it since.
They've never played us. They've never played United in a competitive game ever.
Yeah, because we used to be very good at football, and they're not very good at football. So we didn't meet.
Our levels have dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I think a win. I'm beginning to sort of be more in Yabba's side, where I think that they're really going to frustrate us and things like that. And I associate the Dutch league with being naive, mainly because of our own players. But who knows? Maybe Anthony is just going to absolutely lose it tomorrow and get a hat trick or something, and just be spinning around the pitch.
Yeah, good one. Could remind him of the days when he used to smash it in the Dutch league, playing against the opposition like that.
Well, we've got Martinez, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Anthony. There'll be some pride on show here that they want to remind these players that they were the best in the league, and that's why they're playing at Old Trafford. And these boys have got to go home with no clean sheets and no points. But I still think 2-1.
Wow. Okay. Well, look, one of us. I think one of us three is going to be right. I just don't see it being a low score. I just think that the chances that they're going to be creating tomorrow. Look, that's me. Before the game, I'm a bit excited when I see the team. I get a bit mad, and then as it kicks off, I get a bit nervous. But I would like to think that they're going to put 4 past them tomorrow, especially at home. And I would rather, to be fair, I would rather win these early games. And then, towards the end, that's when you start resting. The extra 2 games that everybody's moaning about. Get your points on the table. The beautiful thing about this is nobody knows how much points it's going to take to actually qualify. So I don't think you can plan to say, all right, then you're going to play a really weakened team against this team or a really weakened team against that team.
Mr. B, is the format the same as the Champions League, or is it group?
Yes, the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same format as the Champions League.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's the right.
Yeah.
So it's like the top 16 teams in the.
Yeah, as I said, it's not. I don't see there being an issue with us going through, but let the games that we say the club struggle with, but let the full rotation be done. Win all your home games. Yeah,
your home games. Yeah, simple. Yeah.
And I don't see it as a problem, but I am expecting us to go deep in this competition. Anything else before we wrap up, guys?
Not from me. I'm quite happy. So you're doing a watch along tomorrow, Mr. B?
Oh yes, me and Dora will be on from 7:30 tomorrow.
Oh wow, you and Dora?
Yeah, give you a full insight into Hopefully I think she's back tomorrow. Oh, she's been a bit ill. Hopefully United will put a smile on her face tomorrow. So yeah, look, guys, we will have a watch along tomorrow, and we will be here from 7:30, not our normal 15 minutes before. And then obviously we will have the reaction. We're at least going to be at least 3-0. There's going to be 3 plus numbers on the thumbnail. If not, I'm going to assume that Andrew Williams will be losing his mind. Oh, bless you, Andrew, man. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Simon, big up, man. Great. That's great arc story about the 9-0 loss to Bayern.
It was 9-1.
9-2, wasn't it?
9-2, sorry.
Yeah, 9-2. See, look, you got that wrong. There you go. See. Look, guys, as I said, we will be back tomorrow. As always. Yeah, I think that's it. We didn't have anything else to say. Bath time. Thank you as always.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having me. Are we seeing Stuart tomorrow?
Yeah, I've just actually texted Stuart while we're doing the show because he texted me back. Shall I tell you what he texted me back? I've originally said to him, so obviously I'm multitasking, doing the show and texting and arranging for tomorrow. So I said, "Hi, bro, you available for the match tomorrow?" I've got the blue ticks to say he's just seen it.
He's put a spoiler in chat.
And he said, yes, mate, with a thumbs up. So Stuart Marshall, back from his holiday, he's been looking nice and brown and bronzed up.
Yeah, Barley did him well, boy. He was representing the full. He did the thing out there,
I want to
boy.
hear all about it.
And congratulations. I think congratulations are in order as well, but maybe he'll let you know about that tomorrow. Because I know he'll know it ain't private. Guys, look, as I said, look, Stuart will be on tomorrow. I'm offering these words of wisdom. I won't be. I'll be burnt out after all of the joy of dancing around for the goals for the watch along. But bath time, as always, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks for having me.
As always, thank you. And guys, like a notch.
Like a notch.
And I pressed the wrong button.
Like a notch.